Okay, a very good evening.
Good
My
evening,
name is
sir.
Chaitanya Kharel. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is Sweta Karki.
Okay, so can you tell me where you're from?
Yes, sir. I am from Chawal, Kathmandu, the
Okay,
capital city.
okay. So can I see your identification,
Yes, sir.
please?
Here
Yes.
it is.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Now, in this first part, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk
Okay.
about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I am currently a student, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a part-time job. I
Mm-hmm.
work as a tutor.
Tutor, okay.
Yes, sir.
So what do you hope to do when you finish your studies?
I have already completed my studies, my
Mm-hmm.
bachelor studies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to do my masters
Mm-hmm.
in abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Masters particularly in forestry and wildlife sector.
What is the scope of your studies in future?
I think it has a really great scope
Mm-hmm.
because we know that the country we live in is a very forest country.
Mm-hmm.
So a forest covers everything so in terms of the soil, the atmosphere, and I think it is the environment that we really need in our future. So it has a very great scope.
Okay, fine. Now let's talk about names, right?
Okay.
So, how do your parents choose your name in your country?
My parents. Sorry, in my country people just generally put their names,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a ritual in certain communities where the father sister have to put the baby's name.
Mm-hmm.
But my name was given by my own sister.
Okay, all right. So, does your name have any special meaning?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
My name especially means Sweta. Since my name is Sweta, it
Mhm.
is related to the Swet,
Mhm.
which is like a Swet Bhairav. It's a form of a deity.
All right. So,
Okay.
so do you think that name bears significance?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Like it's an identity you have with yourself. Like
Mhm.
if you go somewhere and someone asks you who you are, the first thing you will tell is, "I am this person." So yes, that's an identity.
All right. So, if you could change your name,
Mhm.
would you do that?
Uh, I used to think about that a lot of times. Like, no, my name is very general and it's so common, but later when I grew up, I just found that since it was given by my sister, it is going to be with me forever till my death. So I don't want to change
Okay,
that.
that's fine. So now let's talk about friends, right? So how often do you go out with friends?
I often go with my friends, especially whenever I have free time. I love being with them.
So how friendly are you with your neighbors or your friends?
I am quite friendly, but now I have become a quite of introvert as well. So I used to be so much extrovert and so much mingling with neighbors, but I have a rare connection with them nowadays. But with friends, I am friendly enough.
All right. So which is more important to you, friends or your family, and why?
I think, of course, it's a family, but friends are as equally as them. However, family will always be with us, no matter where we are happy or sad or everything. So, family comes first to me.
Okay. Now in this second part, I'm going to give
Okay.
you a topic. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You have 1 minute time to prepare the question. The
Okay.
topic for you here is describe a writer you would like to meet, right? So I'm going to give you a paper for making the notes, right?
Okay, sir.
And here is your question, right? So your time starts now, please.
Thank you.
Your time is up. You can start speaking now, please.
Okay. The writer I'm going to tell about is Sividos Karki. He is a famous writer of Nepalese literature. So I think that he is my favorite one, and I would like to meet him one day because he has really touched my soul. Soul, in a sense that he talks about abstract things like children, how important it is for children to have a good environment, good education. So all of his publications and other literatures have been about the children. He doesn't just talk about what the children should be taught in his schools and all, but he also gives equal importance to the moral values. The moral values like how faithful we should be to ourselves, the discipline that we need to have in our life, and so much other things. And I specifically want to meet him because I want to know like where his motivation comes from, because I think it was his inspiration and motivation that has kept him for so long to write like I think it's 10 books. So he has a total of those books. So I would really like to meet him so that I can also get a type of motivation, because I also sometimes think about writing a lot, writing a publication or writing an article when I grow up further. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that he himself is very disciplined to his values, like how he values moral educations and other things above all the materialistic and the position world. And he also has one particular book. It's called The Peace for the Children. So it mentions that it mentions all about the environment that the children has to get in the rural setting also, because we know that children are not much sophisticated with the educational words in the rural world. So yes, that is it. And that writer is like he is already now 60 years old.
Okay,
But
that's
his
fine.
passion.
The time is up.
Okay, thank
So
you.
could you please give this question booklet back to me? So now, in this part of the test, I'm going to ask you some follow-up questions regarding the same topic. So here you are in the discussion round session. So let's talk about reading and children. Like, what kind of books are most popular with children in your country?
It's fables. It's actually the ancient fables that comes from our forefathers. It's a story books that they follow. Like even when I was a child, I would be really fascinated knowing about how our elders treated and the stories that has been passed down generations to generations. And even in our schools, like whoever has the most knowledge about the traditions would be regarded as, oh, this guy, this girl is very great in knowledge. So that's it.
Okay, so why do you think some children do not read books very often?
Yeah, because children's mind are like something, whatever you give them, they just absorb it. So it's also one of the factor that drives the children's reading is how he has been brought up. Because if he is brought up in a very family which is more towards the social network sites and other things like YouTube and other videos that give it the education, reading sometimes becomes boring to them.
Okay, fine. So how do you think children can be encouraged to read more?
I think that the most specific detail that grabs a child attention is graphics. The more you put graphics in the books, the more they are attracted to it. So I think the graphics incline them.
Okay, so let's talk about reading for different purpose.
Okay.
So are there any occasion when reading at speed is a useful skill to have?
Yes, of course, because you can just see the example right now. Like I'm giving my IELTS exam, so the reading, the specific attention that we give to reading, like the practices like skipping and skimming, are very important in this situation. And there are other situations also, like when we have to read the newspaper and we have just 5 minutes, so we just scroll on the fast reading and we will know what topic to more focus on.
Okay.
So.
Fine. Do you think that reading really helps to improve your foreign language skill?
Definitely, sir. Because reading gives us a lot of vocabulary details. So we have our lexical resources increase as well, and it gives us about the foreign culture also, and we can learn different things from it.
All right. So, do you think that reading novel is more interesting than reading factual books? If it is, then why is that?
I think it depends upon people to people, because if I am talking about myself, I prefer factual books because I will get knowledge about what the world is actually running about. But most of the people like novels because they have a fictional characters in it, so they can have a lot of imagination in it. Like sometimes they are in a world that is very depressing, and sometimes reading those novels which are happy can give them that atmosphere and that setting. So people are more attracted, and I think that's one factor that drives them.
Okay. So, thank you very much. This is the end of our speaking test.
Okay, so thank you for your question.